Are the Chicago Bulls prepared to face the buzzsaw that is the OKC Thunder today when they head out on the road to face off against one of their biggest tests in their recent games? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And yeah, this is a game, man. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about this game, not because of like it matters if the Bulls win or lose this game or not, but like I already know that how the Bulls play and perform in this game, right or wrong, a lot of people are going to use this to justify their already preconceived notion about the Bulls, right? Like anybody who wants to use this game or have been having the narrative of, oh, this run doesn't mean anything. This run isn't legitimate. The Bulls are actually trash. If they come in and look like and they get completely outclassed by the best team in basketball, they're going to use that to push their narrative. For those that have crazy narratives as well, like, oh, the Chicago Bulls can beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. If the Bulls do somehow even push this game to make it close by the end, they're going to use that as well, right? But I think this is a really good stick to really for the Bulls to really see where they are. Where do you really stand at, right? You have a game against them this week. You have a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers next week. It's going to be really important for that, and we'll see what that happens for this team. But I think overall, like, you're just looking for the Bulls to come in here and compete. Just come in here and compete, right? That's all I want to see here. If the Bulls can compete with the OKC Thunder and make this game interesting to where it's not a complete blowout, that's a win in my book. When you look at how difficult it was for the Bulls early in this season, like I think one thing that we don't talk enough about, we talk a lot about the offense. This Bulls team defensively, since the All-Star break, has been a top 10 team in the NBA defensively, which is crazy to see, right? So, the effort that this team and the heart that this team plays with, I know that they ran out of gas in that Dallas game. But they could have still been in it, especially if Vooch would have hit that free throw. But all things considering, like, this is another time where the Bulls have an opportunity to really show what they're made of. I think that's the most important thing. What are you really made of today, right? This is a team that has a lot of depth, has a lot of really good defenders. They're going to make this game so hard on Kobe White and Josh Giddey that everybody else is going to need to step up, as well as with Kevin Huerter being out this game. That's another thing that you got to look at, right? So just really interested to watch and see how competitive this game can be for the Bulls, man. I just want to see how competitive this game can be. Like, that's really what I'm looking at for us. How competitive are you tonight? How competitive are you tonight? Right. And we'll see what happens here, man. But this is going to be a fun game to watch. And I mean fun as far as like just my excitement to see what the Bulls are going to do today. It could absolutely be, like, I want to be clear, this game could turn out to be very, very, very ugly. Very ugly. But it also could turn out to be a wake-up call that I think a lot of people need to realize what this team really can be, right? And what this team can really jump off, use this as a launching pad heading into next season. Matty Legend says, been waiting for this one. You and me both, brother. Giddey revenge game. Let's see. Is Chet playing? I don't know. I haven't really looked at their injury report. OKC, a big team since Huerter out. Do you think Billy may do this match up? Vooch, Smith, Modest, Giddey, White? I don't think so. Just because I don't think Billy has any interest in playing a big lineup like that. That's just what I think. I could completely be wrong on that, though. I want to be clear. I could be wrong on that. Are people still slandering Giddey? Get the fuck. Oh, yeah. Come on, bro. Absolutely. People are still slandering Giddey, bro. This game, we got to hit all of our free throws. Well, that can't turn the ball. You cannot turn the ball over 19 times against the OKC Thunder. If you want a chance to win this game, you absolutely cannot turn the ball over that much against the OKC Thunder. Just want to see a competitive game, win or lose. I'm right there with you, bro. This will tell us where we at amongst the top teams in the association and what moves we need to make this offseason. Feel where you're coming from there. Herter out. Who's going to step up for threes? Better not try to be Vooch. Well, let's be clear. Kevin Herter's been shooting the ball like shit, though. Now, I will say this. Even with Kevin Herter shooting badly as he has been, he's shooting 32% from three. Teams still have to guard him at the three-point line. You still can't just let Kevin Herter get open at the three-point line. Who's going to be that guy, that threat, right? Because that now eliminates some lanes and some spacing for Josh Giddey and Kobe White to get to work in the middle like they like to do, right? So it is definitely going to have to be an adaptation for the Bulls in how they execute the offense, but we'll see. What are your favorite picks for the Bulls going into the draft? Listen, you'll get more. I have episodes on that, so just look at anytime I have the draft coverage on there. But we'll get more in depth in that as the season goes on. That's why we get out rebound. We go to small against big teams. I mean, honestly, though, because of our rebounding from our guards, though, we usually stay pretty up there. But I definitely get what you're coming. I'm not saying you're wrong. Let's hope the refs don't screw us giving Shai free. Oh, listen, Shai's going to get those free throws. Don't even worry about it. Shai going to get those free throws. He is going to get those free throws. Everyone needs to play. Vooch can't score 15 and 8 rebounds. I mean, yeah, he can. Depends on what else happens there. That Caruso-Vooch matchup going to be scary. That's hilarious. Bulls be pissing me off. Always shaking hands when we lose game, like we not fighting for a play. What? That has nothing. Sportsmanship has nothing to do with like play. What are you talking about? They should shake hands after we lose games. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Did you play sports? I really hope it's competitive, but thinking more than likely OKC would be benching starters for the fourth quarter. Listen, if that's what they do, fuck them. But I'm talking about in the quarters where the starters do play. Are we competitive in those quarters? Right. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see. We'll see what the Bulls got, man. But listen, I got a lot more faith in this team, man, than I thought I would at this point in the season. Like, if you would have asked me 2.5 months ago over the final 8 games, how excited would I be? I probably would have told you, hey, listen, it's going to be what it's going to be. It's probably GG's at that point. But, yeah, it is what it is. Chet, Ihart, Jalen Williams are questionable. Caruso probably going to be their center. That's crazy. It was so sad to see Giddey not play his normal game. I mean, listen, it's going to happen. Listen, that happens to every player. No matter how great, every player has a bad game. Giddey's going to have more bad games at some point in his career, right? So maybe even this season. But I think that it's how he bounced back, what he does outside of just the bad games, right? I've said this before. And I think this is a great quote. I didn't come up with this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this actually I think was Will Perdue quote. But no player is as good as their best game, and they're not as bad as their worst game. The truth is they're somewhere between those two things. And we'll continue to see where that falls with Giddey. But let's be clear, Giddey still being a 22-year-old player, I don't think we've seen the best of him yet either, right? Yeah, I played. I never shook hands when I played my ass off and didn't win, especially refs not giving calls. Well, you should have. You're a bad sportsman then, Lee. Who do you think is going to stand up on the defensive end? Giddey's defense against a team of good shooters like OKC. OKC's not good shooters. They're not good three-point shooters. Like OKC is one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. It depends on the game. I'm just saying, bro, it would be crazy when we lose games and then shake hands. It'd be crazy knowing, especially if the game being called one side. Well, that's not the player's fault. That's the ref's fault, right? But I think these players realize that that's just part of the game sometimes, unfortunately. Like superstars get the calls more times than not. Like stars get the calls. The Bulls don't have any stars yet. We got players that we hope are going to turn into stars, but we don't have any stars yet. True wasn't considering how young. Yeah, Giddey's very young, very, very young, bro. I want to see 2010 or better from Vooch. I just want to see Vooch be efficient. Not every game calls for him to be 20 and 10, right? You got to know about how the story of the game goes. Sometimes 12 and 11 is more efficient than 20 and 10, depending on how that game's going and what are you needed from in that game, who's cooking. Because if Modest is cooking today, we may not need Vooch to go on that type of run, right? So, we'll see what happens. Overall, like, I just want what's best for the team. I think that's just it. Like, whoever steps up, play your role, play it well, be efficient, play heads up, don't give up. Play as a team. That's what I want to see from this team today. Hayes, what's happening? What do you think is the big key, the thing the Bulls got to do to stay afloat again? Everything. You got to be sound in everything, right? Have no big mistakes. You can't have the turnovers that you've had before, right? You got to shoot the ball efficiently. You got to move the ball around. There's a lot. There's no one key thing, right? Well, I agree. Still, my guy Hayes is wanting you to understand because we're competing. Oh no, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, but I think even in being competitive for a playing spot, which the Bulls are locked in, the Bulls the Bulls are going to have the playing spot, right? But I think even regardless of that, like you still want to be a good competitor. Like it is what it is, right? I think we can slow SGA down at all. I don't have a lot of confidence in that because we don't really have the perimeter defenders, but we'll see. The Bulls have been going to that zone defense a lot better and doing pretty damn good at it. That may be a key there. Who do you think has the better advantage? OKC knowing Giddy's play style or Giddy knowing how to attack certain players in OKC? Well, the thing is, if you do your scouting, every player should know how to attack players in OKC, right? And I think that if you're a good scouting, like this ain't like 2K, right? Like these teams have enough tape on these guys where they're going to know somebody's play style whether they played for him or not. Now, I do think going up against practice every day for a guy does give you a little bit of an edge. But let's be clear, Giddy's attacking like he's never had before, right? Because he has more freedom than what he had on the OKC Thunder. So I still think Giddy's a little bit of a different player than what he was when he was playing with OKC too. So what's up, bro? Has your outlook on Dalen changed at all? Because initially he seemed to be just energy and hustle guy who brings defense and energy, but he's been showing a lot more. I mean, I think you got to do it a lot more consistently to completely change my outlook. But I will say this: like Dalen Terry's been looking solid, like he's been looking like an NBA player. And I don't say that to be like snide or anything, but he has been looking like an NBA player. The playoffs about to be lit as far. Oh, these playoffs are going to be fun this year, bro. They're going to be fun. Vooch needs to find his home in either Washington or Shanghai. That's hilarious. OKC bench is probably going to cook us, especially Isaiah Joe. We shall see. The fact that we're talking about the Bulls being a chance in this game at the point of the year is amazing. And if itself, considering the first half of the year, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just nervous playing Miami, even though we beat them twice. Those 9-10 games are one and done. Yeah, I feel you on that. And you always want to be worried about 9-10 games for sure. I'm hoping for a good game from our young dudes and command from Billy Donovan, regardless of win or loss. I'm getting hyped, though, for the NFL draft coming soon. Looking forward to your videos and streams. Oh, listen, the NFL draft is going to be a movie, is all I can say. We're going to have a lot of fun with the NFL draft this year. The Bears got a lot of picks in it that we're looking at as well. So we'll see. We're what three-ish weeks away from the NFL draft. I don't know why it's still so far away, man. It really doesn't, like, it feels like we've been waiting on the draft for forever. You know what I think it is? Because the Bears finished free agency so early that now it's just been like just draft content, just looking forward to draft content for a while. Also, I think Dalen should be on SGA a lot tonight. Sure, it doesn't seem right, but who else could really guard SGA? Kobe, Josh, I don't know. I would have been hurter if he was playing today. I don't know if I trust any of those guys on him. That's why we'll see. Rumors are starting to go around that we'll be getting no rumors are going around. Getting honest, what people are doing, no legitimate rumors are going around about us. The Bulls aren't getting Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's zero. I'm telling y'all right now, there's zero. If you're talking in a basketball conversation with anybody who tries to act like there's a legitimate chance that the Bulls are getting Giannis Antetokounmpo, just tell them that Haize said that you have to slap them with your dick. Just dick slap them. Just go ahead and dick slap them. Just repeatedly. Just pop right on the top of their forehead. It's not going to happen. There's no chance that the Bulls are getting. No chance that the Bulls are getting. None. Zero. I'm telling y'all right now. There is zero chance that that's happening. Giddey versus Shea, who you got winning that matchup? I don't care about individual matchups to predict it. I don't care. It's about the team for me. Seems like Miami needs a zone defense to always beat us. You see that didn't work against Boston in the first round. Yeah, I mean, but the Bulls have been a lot better at it. Where the Bulls have struggled now is with the hybrid zone. Straight up zones, the Bulls have been pretty okay with. Hybrid zones have given the Bulls some big fits, big fits. I just want to see them stay in the 9th seed versus 10th. Sucks Herders out. Yeah, sucks Herders out, but it is what it is. Do you think Giddey will re-sign with the Bulls? Yeah. Yeah. I'm honestly not worried about it. And like I said, the Bulls have control over that situation. They can match any deal that he gets. So, yeah, I'm not really worried about that one. Question Drip, what do you think about completely realigning the playoff format? Adam Silver mentioned the other. Bro, that's an NBA Central topic. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. Like, I don't care. I really don't. Triple B says, let's effing go. Haize, comeback season for the Triple B and my Bulls. Let's hope so. Off topic, but you cook Penn. Penn deserved to be cooked. That's on Penn. Because I was the most calm and trying to be not Petty Roosevelt that I've ever been in my life. And the moment that Penn said, shut the fuck up, Haize, it was like, all right, bet. Now you get to meet Petty Roosevelt. So there you go. Any Bulls fan thinking we getting Giannis needs to spend a weekend at first of all, that's crazy. That's OT, bro. That's crazy. That's wild. That's a wild thing to say, my boy. That's crazy. Giddey loved the city of Chicago. Hey, I mean, listen, a lot of people love the city of Chicago, but I think with basketball, that doesn't always play as big of a role for cities like Chicago. We'll see. We'll see. Tough one for Gids today. Number one perimeter defense, and they know him well. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game for the Bulls overall, right? Because so much of what we do is based off penetrating from the perimeter. That the Thunder can completely fuck that up for us. So there you go on that one. Just drove across the line on 94, and that's stupid. Any Bulls fan thinking we getting Giannis, and I know someone going to say KD has to spend a week on Alcatraz. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we shall see. Shall see what the Bulls have, man. Breaking news: the Chicago Bulls traded Patrick Williams, Javon Carter, and THC for Paolo Banchero. Yeah, never. Jeremy, please, bro, just stop, bro. You doing a Shea impression is not cool. Shea's young, you old. What are the odds Jalen plays more than 12 minutes? Yeah, I hope not. I hope not high at all. Let's hope not. That would suck. That would suck to see that. Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody. I think I can speak for the whole Bulls community. Nobody. No, let me not say that. I don't think anybody wants to see that. I don't think anybody see that. Haize, you think Giddey liking who he's playing with will get us a? Listen, I don't think young players I think people look for young players don't really give up discounts. They really don't. Now young players that may be on a team where you're like winning or already a contender, maybe, but I don't think Giddey should give up. Here's the thing: the player empowerment movement is one thing, but players just doing smart things are a different thing. Josh Giddey at his age, the youth that he is, he shouldn't be taking a discount. Now, fair price is different, right? Fair value is different, but he shouldn't be taking a discount. And I'm sorry. I know that a lot of Bulls fans are going to be like, but Haize, wouldn't you want that if it's best for the franchise? Listen, what's best for the franchise is you learning how to build a team while also doing right by your players. I don't think Josh Giddey should take a discount. Now, I don't think he should ask for crazy money either, But I don't think Josh Giddey taking a discount means I'm taking less than what I'm worth. I don't think a player that's 22 years old, that we know that a major injury can completely change the trajectory of your team, should give up and take a discount. I don't think that, personally. I just don't think that. This is one of the more interesting things when people clamor for Cam Reddish. We already got a P. Will on the team. There's no point for another one. Cam Reddish is not a good basketball player. He's not. The way that Bulls fans clamor for bad basketball players are all the time is crazy to me. Crazy. It's crazy to me. You don't want to see Jalen Smith play more than 12 minutes. Oh, shit. My mind went to Javon. My bad. No, Jalen, absolutely. I want to see. My bad. Brain saw Javon. That's on me. That's on me. Jalen, yes, I do want to see Jalen play more than 12 minutes. Haize, would you rather see the ball-headed hoe defend Shea or eating a tub of Vegemite every single day? Every single day. I was going to say, Giddey's basketball experience here has been incredible so far. He's finding his role and sense of belonging that was starting to lack in OKC. I'm sure he's happy here. Yeah, I mean, one could assume, right? One could assume. Kobe gave us a discount. No, Kobe didn't give us a discount. Kobe wasn't worth much because he was coming off a terrible season. Kobe was coming off 2 seasons where he averaged less than 9 points as a scorer, as a player that's supposed to be a scorer. He didn't give the Bulls a discount. He took the best offer. He wasn't going to get much more than that out in the free agent market at that point in time. That was not the Bulls taking a discount. That was them taking advantage of a player coming off a bad year, but that wasn't giving the Bulls a discount. Take a holiday in the offseason, Haize. Bring your lad down here. First of all, we're say daily in the offseason, but, it is what it is. If we can get a bounce back win today, the league will still have to pay attention to us. I mean, they need to do that anyway. Like, one game isn't going to change that. Yeah, the Bulls lost against the Dallas Mavericks, but it shouldn't change completely the view of what this team's been doing. Now, you can continue to wake more teams up for sure, as you should, right? But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Does it make sense to keep Jones if we have Io, Zoe, and possibly Giddey on payroll next year? Yeah, because guess what he does? Let me tell you why. I can tell you each of what he does that those players don't do. As far as Io and Josh Giddey, and keep in mind, Io hasn't played point guard in now 2 years. He's no longer a point guard. He's a wing. He's a 2/3. So, Giddey, he defends, he gets out in transition well, he shoots the three better. Zoe, more healthy. Period. Right? Trey Jones, more healthy than Zoe, right? Plays point guard where Io is actually playing shooting guard and small forward. Now he's better in that role. So yeah, it makes sense to keep him. You can make it make sense. You just gotta have their open roster spots, right? Extending Trey Jones might be the move. He is just as good of a point guard. No, he's not. He's not as good of a point guard as Giddey. He's not nearly the creator that Josh Giddey is as far as creating open shots. He's an amazing passer, meaning that he can create passes in a tight lane. But when you look at the nature of creating open shots by the way that you move, he's not nearly that. He's not as good of a point guard as Josh Giddey in that sense. Now, as far as the assist to turnover ratio, he's amazing at. Definitely amazing at that. And to say you'd rather drop Giddey and extend Trey Jones is just outright idiotic. That's just idiotic. OKC is killing the East. They only got 1 loss against us. There you go. Should we trade Zoe this offseason or wait till the trade deadline next? First of all, you trade Zoe if anybody is offering you, because listen, who's to say that Joe's going to be healthy the next time somebody offers you something? Listen, I love Zoe. I love the story. I love Zoe when he's actually healthy and on the basketball court. But as I said coming into this year, right, where people are like, Haize, you're being hard on Zoe because he has a whole new knee. The injury should be behind him. I think people forget Zoe's injuries haven't always been the knee. It hasn't always been the knee, right? It has not always been the knee. So, like he had a wrist injury that almost ended the season this year, right? Like, if Zoe's only major injury was the knee, we'd be fine. But the fact is that he always returns slow from injuries. His healing time is extremely slow as well, and he always gets hurt. Always. What's good, Haize? With all these comments, I need to know who proposed that trade for Zion. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm saving that voicemail. I'm saving it because I'm going to turn that voicemail into its own video, and I'm going to pull together a lot of the dumbass trade ideas that Bulls fans have. And we're going to get to cooking. It's going to be a Petty Roosevelt experience, but I got to wait for my voice to come all the way back. That's the only reason I haven't done it yet. I love Zoe, but you're right about him. Sentiment has got us before. We can't let it happen again. That's a fact. That's a fact. Prediction: Giddy goes for a triple dub tonight. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I will not be mad if that happens at all. Man, you added some extra letters to that man's name. There's no W in his name, brother. And there's an A at the beginning. We have found Shay's burner. We have found Shay's burner. We found it. It's here. We now know about it. Zoe has the opposite of Wolverine's healing factor. That's a fact. He's Mr. Glass. He's literally Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. Ooh, my Bulls fans that got Photoshop skills. Can anybody Photoshop Lonzo Ball as Mr. Glass from Unbreakable? Can anybody do that? I know you could probably do it with AI. Don't mean doing it with AI. If anybody could do that, that would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Would you trade Leroy, THC, and P. Will for Javonte Green, DJJ, and Torrey Craig? No. Because they're not all on the same team. So what kind of question is that? Kobe dropping his shoulder on the drives is really making a big difference this season, and he even looks stronger than last. Yeah, Kobe's definitely. If you look at Kobe his rookie year to now, Kobe White has really worked on his body, and he's gotten ready to be an NBA point guard. And the type of style of NBA point guard that he is as well has been really big. So love to see it. What's up? You gotta go outside? You gotta go outside? What's up, son? You want some salami? You want some salami? You want some salami? Oh, you want some salami? All right, I'll get you some when I'm done. Where do you want to send if I can get to it? You can send it to bullcentralpod@gmail.com, or if you got Twitter, Bull Central Pod on there. Yeah. That would be the most underwhelming 4-team trade ever. Yeah, that's crazy. Would be nice to have Giddy friend Dyson Daniels on the Bulls. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Hell, my ring camera going off. Shut up! I ain't got no burner account. That's hilarious. Well, you got to stop infecting people with your spelling mistakes, my boy. I'm trying to see if the starting five is out yet. I don't think it is. I'm really interested to see who they have in the starting five. What's going on, Jake and Poe? I'm glad to have you in the building, my boy. Predicting a big game for P. Will tonight. Have him defending SGA. Man, listen. If P. Will defends SGA good, that'll redeem him in my eyes for at least a little while. Bulls going to put themselves in a bad spot if they make it known that they will pay up whatever the player says they're worth. They need to put Giddey in his place. He's talking crazy, asking for. He's not talking crazy for asking for $30 million. Sorry, he's just not. He's not. He's not. That's based off another player in his draft class that's putting up similar raw numbers to him, which that doesn't always mean everything, but that's not crazy. $30 million is not what I think people think it or remember it to be in the old NBA. $30 million just ain't that anymore. Kobe's growth is crazy. I'm excited to see what he adds to his bag this offseason. We'll see. We shall see. Watch Alex Hoop's video from today calling Modest the only star from his rookie cohort. I mean, listen, it was a rough rookie class, but I think that this is going to be one of those rookie classes that you really aren't going to be able to really look at how everybody is until 3 years in. I think it's going to take 3 years to really see what this, because there's so many players that were raw in this rookie class. They're going to need some really development, working with coaches. We'll see what it is in 3 years. But Modest is really good, really good. Would you trade Modest on draft day if it got us in the top 4? No. And here's what I'll say. And here's what I'll say that for. Mainly because if you don't want to trade potential when you still have a player that still has tons of potential, but that's you've already had in your building. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Trying to wait and see who the starting five is. Is P. Will back in the starting five? That's the question that I got here. Like, we just came off paying Lonzo like $20 million for years, and he's barely played. $30 million for Josh is what we already saw. Isn't crazy. Yeah, and as long as he can stay healthy, right? Hey, slightly off topic. What do you think about the LeBron Stephen A. Smith feud? LeBron does not like how the media is covering him and Bronny. He thinks they've been treated unfairly. Listen, I think this is a case where both sides can shut the fuck up. That's really what I think. LeBron thinking that him and his son have been treated unfairly in the coverage. Well, this is what happens when you created the spectacle. When your son probably should have either stayed at college or you should have let him be drafted by a team that actually wanted to develop him. And as far as Stephen A. Smith always thinks that he's the story. And honestly, sometimes you just got to shut the fuck up. So there you go. Only player that comes close to Miles from this class is Castle, and he got some issues statistically. Real talk. No, I mean, there are players that have higher upside than Modest, and Cooper Flag has a higher upside than Modest Bucilis. A lot higher. But that doesn't always mean that he's going to hit it, right? So we'll see what happens there. Do you think P. Will going to start or Dalen? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to wait and see. Because the way Billy Donovan talked after the last game, it seems like he's over P. Will, but that doesn't mean you may not start him up. Dalen Terry is the starting lineup. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Dalen Terry, Modest Bucilis, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting lineup. That is your starting lineup. Yeah, Matthew. Kevin Huerter's out. But all right, y'all. Appreciate it. I'm going to go and get ready to wrap it up. I still got to do a Bears video and I got to do a White Sox video for Kev. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you guys want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I see you guys at Jesus, Loki, I'm trying to click the button. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.